You know, one thing that I'll never forget, man, when I was homeless, you're in the most darkest time of your life. You're in the lowest place that you've ever been in your life, and all you want to do is get back on your feet and have a good life, you know? Have the simple things in life, a dog, a woman, friends that aren't, you know, that are okay. You know what I mean? When you're going through the struggle out there in the street or jail or addiction or any of these things, we're not supposed to be hanging out with each other because we need to correct the sickness that we're going through, or else it will influence the other person. And then we're not helping that person, are we? You know, if you call somebody your friend, you know, then you might want to help yourself before you put yourself around those somebody you care about, because it does have an effect. But anyways, that's irrelevant. My point from this video is I'll never forget what it felt like to be in the lowest place in my life and have the, how do I put this? Imagine if you were a female and you got raped and you ran to the police for help and you were scared, you were broken, you were destroyed, you were devastated, and you had nobody, no family, no parents. So you go to the police, and then the police stick up for the person that raped you and say, "Oh, I think you're lying," or there are a bunch of bullies, or maybe one of the cops themselves is a rapist and is arguing with you because he has traits of a rapist and nobody knows about it. You know what I'm saying? And you're not credible because you're just a civilian against a cop whose word is going to stand stronger than yours. Somebody in authority, you know what I'm saying? And this is called abusive power, right? It's called corruption, and there's a lot of it within the law, within the government system, within the correctional system, even within the shelter system, within the homeless system, okay? And I've experienced all of them. I've experienced corruption and abuse of power in the shelters, in the homelessness services that are being offered to claim to help homeless people. I've seen corruption and abuse of power within the law, with the police, also governments, also lawyers. I've experienced it personally on all three levels of my criminal past. And then I realized that I'm living in a world of corruption, of evil people that run this world. The people that are in power and make the decisions in this world are the corruption, okay? A lot of people hate to believe that, and they have some type of thing where they say, "Oh, the whole world's out to get you. You think the whole world's out to get you, blah, blah, blah." So they've convinced themselves because they haven't actually experienced it firsthand. So they're actually on the side of the authority. They're on the side working as an employee for a shelter or for some type of establishment that offers services to homeless, or they might work for the police, they might work for the law, they might work for the government. So they immediately take the stance of defense and disacknowledge this individual's real life experience, and then call it, "Oh, you think the whole world's out to get you, you're just paranoid," and blah, blah, blah. And this has been used against me from people that work in homeless shelters and also establishments that offer services for people that are going through homelessness. This has happened to me from the shelters. It's from the staff, literally. It's the most manipulative, conniving, most upsetting thing I've ever been through, to have somebody use their power over me, and I know they're wrong, and I know that they're doing it out of pure evil. Like, it's just, nobody will believe you, right? And then you go and tell people, and they're like, "No, obviously that person works at the homeless shelter because they care and they want to help homeless people." Could you imagine how disturbing that would be, to be told by people that you ran to tell them, or for help, or for some type of acknowledgement, and then they defend the side that abused you, because they assume that anything that is attached to an establishment, government, or an authority figure, that they must be correct and they must be just. This is the typical, stereotypical way of thinking, and is the mass majority way of thinking. Only a very few select demographics of individuals, like the homeless population and people with a criminal past, have felt the corrupt side of these things and observed them for a very long period of time until they found out that they're fighting a losing battle. This world is corrupt. The forces that are in place are corrupt. Does that mean everybody's corrupt that's within those establishments? No, I didn't say that. Okay, but the majority, believe it or not, really are. A lot of these people are there for a paycheck. It's perceived and portrayed that an easy career to get into would be around homelessness or around those type of services or social work, social services. And most people, will try to take that avenue out of desperation, out of panic, to not know their future, if it's going to be secure or not. They don't know. They're not going to be doctor. They're not going to be. So they just try to take whatever they can, and they end up in a job having power over very vulnerable people that are going through very, very dark times in their lives. And these people end up projecting their hatred inside of themselves on these people, because it's very easy to take advantage of somebody that's weaker than you or in a more vulnerable situation than you. It's actually almost human nature to do that. Like lions prey on smaller prey. Like big guys smash out smaller people, and they think that's cool and they think that's gangster. So it seems to be a mentality of the human being to capitalize off this. Unless it's happened to you and you've been victimized in that way, then you understand what is going on and you refuse to participate in it because you have been victimized by it. But the majority of people haven't, and they haven't lived it, and they can't talk about it. This is what needs to happen. People need to stop talking about stuff that they have not lived personally, okay? Pretty much everything that I say is based off of real life experience that I've actually lived. People will even lie and say, oh, well, I've been in a shelter once, so I can. You still don't know shit. What are you talking about? You think because you went to a shelter, how about 15 years of homeless shelters all over Canada, from Hamilton to Toronto to Kitchener to Waterloo to Peterborough, and then from there to BC, Victoria, Nanaimo, Parksville, Courtenay, Campbell River, okay? And then from there, Kelowna, Penticton, Vernon, sorry, not Penticton, Vernon, Kelowna. I've been homeless in all these places. I've lived in these shelters. And you know what? There's more corruption inside of these services that claim to want to help people than any other entity out there. Like, seriously. Like, it blew my mind. It changed my life. It changed my view on the world, the society, and the system as a whole. It changed everything for me. And it hurt me so bad, and it was such a dark moment and such a scary, scary moment that there truly is no help out there. The health system is corrupt. They will let you die. They almost let me die. I had an infection for 3 months, a wisdom tooth, because I didn't have money to pay for a dentist. Or, it takes like a year to get a dentist. You don't just get a dentist, okay, unless you're like, you already had it, or you're covered, or you have that link. If you're a homeless person, you don't have that link. You know what I'm saying? And they almost let me die and wouldn't give me penicillin. I had to fight them. I had a shelter staff dominate me because they were a power tripper. They were a power tripper. They feed off of the control and the power that they have over somebody that has no say. And I had this woman that worked in a shelter. She was just tatted up, looks like a goon. She shouldn't even, I don't even know why she's there. But she never been through homelessness, she said. But she wants to act and look like a gangster and get tatted up and talk tough and bully, homeless people. Anyways, so you can tell as soon as you, I'm here to go to sleep. I'm not here to fucking fight with you. I don't want to argue with you, lady. You know what I'm saying? Why are you picking on me? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you being this way to me? And when you say things like that, they feel guilty, they feel challenged, and then they inflict more power control over you. So then she shut and locked the door and said, you're not going back to your bed until you sit here and listen to what I have to say. Those were her words. So you're forcing me to sit here, and you're using my bed against me in a homeless shelter to tell me that if I don't stand here and listen to what you say, you're kicking me out and I'm going to be sleeping on the street, and you lock the door so I cannot avoid you and I have to go. This was not a discussion over rules or anything that I've done wrong. It was just her attitude, and I called it out. I said, honestly, if you don't want to work here, don't come here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to help homeless people, why are you coming here to be miserable and be angry and aggressive and power controlling to a homeless person? Why would you do that's like somebody manipulating their way into a daycare so they can prey on children, bro. That's what that feels like to me. That right there is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Get that motherfucker out. Get them out of here. And I've experienced that on every level. You know, when it comes to law, when it comes to the homeless shelters, when it comes to the homeless services, like, it's the most sickening thing in the world to have an establishment claim they're here to help homeless and have abusive people that work there. That's like having a daycare or some taking care of elderly, and they're abusing the elderly because nobody's looking. That's what the shelters are doing. That's what the staff in the shelters are doing, okay? Not all of them, but I'll tell you right now, I found one or very few, staff that I highly respected and valued because they were genuine and they were authentic and they were sincere and they truly had a heart towards me, and that you can feel it when you're a homeless person and you know it. Some people are there for a check, and some people are there because they truly care, and you know what? They know there's a need, and they have a heart. Some of us are just like that, by nature, and some people abuse that and see an opportunity for them to get a quick career or a quick job because nobody wants to work at a homeless shelter because that's the mentality and the stigma that's around homelessness. They're scared to work there. They think we're all criminals and pieces of shit and drug addicts and all the worst things. You get lazy and don't want to work, and nothing but negativity spewed at people that have been through homelessness, which is myself since I was 14 years old, and I'm 28 years old now. And now I work for an organization actually employed making $20 an hour to advocate for homelessness and be a public speaker and a program developer. So guess what I did? I flipped the script. I was abused by the system. I was abused by the homeless services that claimed to be there to help me, that were there to capitalize off of my downfall so that they could profit from it. There's a lot of people that are employed around homelessness, but there's not a lot of change happening around homelessness. That's not good. There's people that are making money off of homelessness. Not only the government, but people that are employed that aren't really doing any good for homelessness, and also they're actually there and they're abusing the homeless people and preying on them and taking advantage of their position over them. That makes me aggressive. That makes me want to stand up for an infant, stand up for an elderly person, stand up for a homeless person, and go and fucking beat somebody up. You know what I'm saying? Because people that prey on children or old people or homeless people deserve to get honestly injured physically. They should feel serious pain, if not worse, and realize that the pain that they're inflicting on this individual is even worse than physical pain. It's something that will destroy you mentally and have you destroy yourself and kill yourself by your own hand. Okay, and then these people get to just live and say, see, yeah, just because he had a drug addiction, he gave in to the sickness and he killed himself. So, yep, that's about it. It's disturbing, it's disgusting, it's outrageous, and I've felt it firsthand. I am not a drug addict. I'm not an alcoholic, okay? I'm not a criminal. I'm not a piece of shit, okay? I beat the bullies up. That's me. I'm the guy that runs up and beats the bully up that's picking on a little kid, okay? I am all for truth, all for justice, and all, for balance, for equality, okay? Why? Because I have felt the other end of it. Until you go through it consistently and repetitively for a 15-year stretch, nothing less, okay, in your life, then you can talk. Then you truly have an understanding. And if you really been through that, you would be saying the same thing as me and feeling the exact same way, because you have been victimized by something that the mass majority of people cannot identify and they can't see, and they actually are stigmatized to it and actually believe in the opposite of reality, okay? Because they're employed to it. I don't know. they're on that side versus on the side of the homeless person versus on the side of the abused child versus on the side of the elderly person that can't even take care of themselves and has somebody abusing them. That is the weakest, most disgusting thing that exists in mankind and humanity. Okay? It can't happen. We can't let people prey on our children sexually or in any way. Can't happen. Does it happen? It happens. Yeah. There's whole armies of individuals that think it's okay to prey on a child or bully somebody or be, sexual with a child. There's people that truly believe that, and guess what? A lot of them are in power, bro. A lot of them are rich. A lot of them are in power. A lot of them are in places where they can't be judged and touched and ridiculed and held accountable. So that creates this sickness, and it grows and it expands. And unfortunately, the people that have the power and the say in things are usually the ones that are the most corrupt. Power corrupts, definitely. Unless you have felt the other side of that corruption and have been victimized by it, and then you got put in a position of power to have power over it, dominion. Guess what? That doesn't happen. Why not? Because there's evil, corrupt people that run this world in every aspect and in every level of the establishment when it comes to systematic things. Systematic corruption is what it's called. The health system, the injustice system, or aka the correctional system, within the homeless system, within the law, the governmental system. It's anything that has system in it or is larger than an individual usually has a huge amount of corruption in it that cannot be observed by the average individual, especially the individuals that are working alongside those organizations or entities, okay? They really fucked up when they picked on me, okay? People have tried to kill me, and I'm not talking about in the system, I'm just talking about street shit, okay? People have tried to kill me, poison me, put drugs in my food to kill me. God is real, okay? God truly gave me an instinct and an ability in seeing my heart was true and my intent was true, and he advantaged me over evil. So that way evil could not penetrate me and destroy me by my own ignorance, okay? So God gave me a beautiful gift, and he made me very special, and I don't give myself that credit, and I don't speak about myself in that way because it can be misinterpreted. So this is the thing, man. I have been through things that it wouldn't matter if I sat here and told you, because you wouldn't believe me anyways, okay? I am very, very blessed to be alive and to have my stability mentally, physically. I'm not going through an addiction, and this is all by my hand. I can't even call it lucky, man, or blessed, because it took everything inside of me to fight this stigma and fight this system and fight the corruption inside the same establishment that claims to be here to help us, okay? Nobody's gonna believe me. Nobody is gonna believe me. Boo-hoo, kid, cry me a river. That's what they're gonna say. Oh, play the victim role. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, we all had it tough. Motherfucker, you haven't had it tough. I'll fucking show you what tough is, and you won't be fucking tough anymore, I promise you. I will bring you to the darkest corner of the country you live in and show you what life is, not for a day, for months, for years, and see if you can survive. You won't make it a week, you won't make it a month. None of us can, okay? We were forced to, okay? We grew up in an environment like that. By the time you are old enough to make your decisions aren't made properly, okay? Your environment will destroy you before you have a chance to make the right decisions and make the right moves in life. You have been disadvantaged by your past. People don't believe in that. These are the people, the same middle class, working class, establishment class, government class people, okay? They don't believe in it because they haven't lived it. They don't know about it. They haven't felt the wrath of the corruption from the same side that has done them good. You know what the devil does? He'll offer you things. He'll give you good things and be a good friend to you. And then guess what happens? Evil people manipulate, okay? They try and earn people's likeliness and respect, okay? And then those people say, wait a minute, Satan's a good person. Satan's a good guy. This evil person that's done a lot of evil has done very good for me and very nice to me. So therefore, you're wrong and you're lying, okay? This is called deception. You have been deceived. I could, you know what, because I come from a criminal background, and yeah, I was like that. My city made me like that. Why? Because I found myself in an environment where I had to lie, cheat, steal, kill, stab, smash, take, grab to survive. And I was like, oh my God, how am I born into this city? How is this happening to me? I don't know. I'm scared to leave my city. I'm a kid. I'm a child. I don't know. Why do I not have parents? Why is my dad making me sell crack? Why is my mom abusive? Why is she drunk all the time? Why is she getting punched out by her boyfriend? What's going on? How come I can't? Why is this torture happening to me? How do I get away from this? As a child, you don't know where and what to do. You're victimized by it. It forms and structures you into a demon, into a devil, to survive. Or you become a victim and you perish from, you will not survive. You will be dominated by this evil and this corruption, and you will be snuffed out. Okay, and I've watched it happen to good people. They're no longer here. They didn't have the strength to fight this fucking monster. I do. You can't hurt me. I'll destroy you. If you try and destroy me or kill me or wipe me out or discredit me, I will gain the credibility by truth, by justice, by leading by example from real life experience. Okay, if you didn't live it, don't talk to me about it. You're not in a position to debate with me. It's not a debate. Okay. A lot of people will continue to live in ignorance and not listen to what I say, to live in their own fake world that they live in. They think I'm living in a fake world and I am wrong and my opinion is messed up and I have problems and all this shit. You know what? I am grateful for all the bad things that happened to me in my life, because it's either going to break you or destroy you, and it built me up and made me unbreakable. I am less than 1%. Most people will die. Most people will break. Most people will give into addiction. Most people will submit to the system, submit to the corruption. They will be devastated by it, and then they become completely broken and unable to re-embed themselves in a society ever again. And then they're ridiculed and they're judged and they're spit on and shit on by society after that, and the system. It is evil, okay? We live in an evil society. We live in an evil world. We live in an evil system. Whether you want to admit it, like it or not, those are the facts, okay? Coming from real life experience, not from your opinion, coming from the job role that you have, okay? Where I come from, we don't have jobs. We kill people and rob people and steal shit, okay? That's the life where I come from. There's places in the world, bro, okay, where it's gangster, okay? There's Chicago, there's St. Louis, there's you know what I mean? There's places that are evil, bro. Detroit. There's places that are broken, okay? You know what I'm saying? And I grew up in one of those evil places. Whether you want to say that Canada's soft or not, you'll come out here and you'll live in the street for 10 years and you'll be surprised. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, wow, this is just like the States, but just it's a little bit less intense than the States. There's more of this in the States than there is here, but there's still the same stuff: human body trafficking, gangs, corrupt cops that kill people. There's everything that you could possibly imagine. That whatever happens in the States happens here, but just less of it. We're a little bit smaller. That's all it is, you know. So God bless me so I could be here and stand in front of you bullies and you cowards and you liars and you people that don't have real life experience that need to be corrected. And he put me in front of you so you have no choice but to listen to me. I will prosper. I will prevail. I promise. I've did it. I've done it a million times. I prospered and prevailed in the drug world, in the criminal world, in the law world, in the street world, in the average tax-paying citizen world. I've survived everything. I have been on both sides of every single side of the fence. I've been the drug dealer. I've been the consumer. I've been the homeless person. Get a job, you bum. And then I've been the employed person that, has worked roofing jobs, construction jobs, labor jobs, landscaping jobs, dishwashing jobs, kitchen jobs. And then all these people, the only thing they can say is, get a job. Don't come here if you're homeless. You fool, I've had more jobs than you have. And I left where I came from because it's a war zone, and the only people that want to stay and live in a place like that are corrupt, evil people that can't see past outside of the square that they live in, because they have been brainwashed to think that that's all that life has to offer. And this is just how life is no matter where you go. Well, guess what? They were wrong. and they died. They perished, or they became evil. They accepted themselves as evil, and now they try and thrive and prosper in evil, in wrong doings and ways of life. I did it. I conquered it. I mastered it. I don't, like, trust me. Like, you know what I'm saying? The killers, the hitters, they were after me. They couldn't hit me. They couldn't kill me. They tried to get me until the point where they actually wanted to put me on their payroll, okay? They learned to admire me and respect me because there's certain breeds of individuals, whether it's in the civilian life, society life, or the criminal, dark street life, or gang life, or drug life, or whatever you want to call it. There's two sides of the fence. There's good and evil. There's light, there's dark. There's day, there's night. There's left, there's right. There's up, there's down, okay? It's that simple. People try to talk in circles and try to make things more complicated, and they try to use reverse psychology on you. They try to justify their ways through beating around a bush, talking themselves into circles to sound correct and intelligent when they're not, okay? I spit bare facts. The facts irritate people, challenge people, and also internally tell somebody that they're wrong. And when that happens, they definitely have to defend themselves, you know? But I'm only coming from a place of authenticity, of true life experience. I wouldn't be saying shit right now if I didn't go through it. I would have nothing to say. If nobody punched me out, I wouldn't be saying why it's wrong to bully people. Like, if I didn't get bullied and beat up by someone 3 times my size, I wouldn't be crying about getting bullied. If I didn't experience corruption within a homeless shelter, I wouldn't be saying that there's corruption within a homeless shelter, because I never seen it. I don't know what you're talking about. Actually, I'd probably disagree with you if I didn't experience it myself. Okay, and that's the sickness. That's the real sickness. That's the real problem. Okay. Shout out, to the individual that did that to me today, that I advocated for and stuck up for, and then they come to me with this fake shit that they had known nothing about what they're talking about, and then they try and argue with me and then get me all going when I'm sitting there advocating for them, being so, like, I'm sticking up for them. Like, I'm saying, I'm glad that there's people like this. And then that's when they switch all of a sudden, and they show the ugly side of them, and then I was wrong. And then I'm like, oh no, I just advocated for these people. Like, but this is an individual that works inside of an establishment that is for homeless people, homeless services, that I advocated for. And then, it's like they turned on me. And then they showed that maybe I was wrong about what I thought about them, which is very upsetting. This is what I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to advocate for the system and trying to say that there's still good people working out here in these fields, like, instead of just taking advantage of it and profiting off of homelessness and out of desperation to not know I don't know what I'm going to do in my future, what career I'm going to have, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, did you know that it's really easy to do social service? It's only a 2-year course, and you only have to have grade 11 English in order to apply for it. And then it's like $20 to $26 to start. Everybody wants to hire you because nobody wants to work in a homeless shelter. That's facts. That's facts. I went to college for social services, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a street dude, so I was thinking, shit, this is the easiest way into hopefully security in my life. But I also been homeless, and I also been victimized by corruption on the homelessness side. So my intent was to get in there and flip the script on the system, just as I did right now, just as I'm doing right now. I overcame everything that people could use against me and say to say that I'm not credible in what I'm talking about. Addiction, homelessness, you know what I mean? And I overcame it, the criminal element, jail, death. Mind your own business. You know what I mean? Nosy people, you know what I mean? I'm not into it today. Today, I feel like I got bullied a little bit. I've been being a very good boy, you know what I'm saying? So when I start getting bullied and preyed on, you're fucking with the wrong one, man. You really are. You're gonna get hurt. So don't do it, because you shouldn't be bullying people. You shouldn't be taking advantage, and you shouldn't be preying on people you think are weaker than you, that are gonna pick you up and flip you on your head and challenge your reality. Okay, justified. it's not okay for people to just hit people and attack people and stuff like that. It's not. I don't agree with violence. I've been around violence since I was a child. It's nothing to be exposed to. But if you are a human being, you have the ability to defend yourself and also see what's right and wrong, and make the decision whether you want to be a victim or not a victim. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, sometimes we have to resort to physical altercation in life, and in the law try to brainwash us and make us think we're not allowed to defend ourselves or punch somebody or kill somebody. If they try and take what's mine or kill me or hurt me or harm me, even if they're trying to punch me and I just kill them, like, I've seen people get punched in the head, fall down, hit their head, and die. So you think I'm going to sit here and play with you because you want to get out of your character and come and try to attack me and punch me? I'm just going to shoot you. I'm just going to kill you. I'm going to take your life. And I will do my jail time for self-defense because you came at me to hurt me or kill me, and I dismantled you. That's the life. That is true. If a cougar came to attack me and kill me right now because it thought I was prey, I'm going to try and kill it. I'm not going to beat it up. I'm going to kill it. If a bear came and attacked me and I had a gun, I'm going to shoot it in the face. I'm going to kill it. You know what I mean? There's no time for a warning shot. You might shoot that bear 9 times and it's still coming at you. It's going to kill you. So you wasted that much time in a warning shot to get killed. And I've witnessed this so many times in my life, okay? This may feel intense to a lot of people that are watching it, but this is the truth. This is real life. This is the real reality. Real life reality, okay? And there was a black widow spider that was just crawling, that just came out of my... I can't believe that. It has the red thing on its back. No lie. It's like pretending it's dead now. It literally has a red hourglass on its back. There's something red on its back. Anyways, that spider was just... That's crazy. I don't like that at all. I had a spider crawling on me earlier. I knocked it off, and this one was right in my shoe and ran out. And it was like, looks like a black widow. It has like a red hourglass on the back of it. Like, see what I'm saying, man? Devil been trying to kill me. He can't touch me, man. God is real, you know. And God protects truth, and He protects His children, and that's why I've prospered over everybody I've ever grown up with. Even my dad died, my first love died, everybody I've ever known pretty much died. Like, and I seen every mistake they made, and I documented it. But anyways, so the world will try and use anything against you to make it seem like what you're saying is not credible, especially when you're a homeless person, especially when you're a criminal, or you have a criminal record. Automatically you're no longer credible to anything, apparently. Which is wrong and which is incorrect, and I've destroyed those stereotypes, and I just did it. Like, I literally just was homeless 7 months ago, and now I'm employed as a program developer and advocate of homelessness to an organization that pays me $20 an hour, and I'm on their payroll, I'm on their website. Like, I'm an official employee of this company. You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing. You know what I mean? And I haven't really said nothing about it. You know, it's hard for me to realize that that's my reality right now, and I should tell myself I've done well, but I don't. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of guy that needs to be boasting about. I'm just trying to survive. I'm just trying to make it. I'm trying to do right, and I have something to say because I've been victimized by something, and I'm not letting anybody get away with it. I am the wrong guy to fuck with. You try and hurt me, you try and kill me, you try and punch me out, you're going to lose, you're going to die, because I'm 10 steps ahead of you. There's been people that have tried to kill me, tried to hurt me, tried to prey on me, and I was just a warrior, I was a survivor, and I had to do evil shit in order to survive, and I never wanted to. But I did, and I prospered. Those people are no longer, okay? Take that however you want, okay? I wasn't implying anything by that. That's whatever you think your opinion is. But anyways... real life, real shit, okay? Sorry for the cursing, but people got to hear it, man. How it really is in its rawest, most authentic form. It's just incredible. I feel like, and this is where these brainwashed people that really have no life experience sit there and say, oh, though you think the whole world's out to get you, blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker, the whole world's definitely not out to get you. I'll tell you that much. Why? Because you're a fucking civilian. You don't come from nothing. You never been victimized by nothing. Your little petty little shit, makes me laugh. It's actually an insult to me that you're trying to say, well, I've been through, bam, knock you right out. I've literally punched people out for complaining about their life in front of me, knowing that my life has been worse, and I straight smashed them out. I'm being honest with you guys, okay? Don't judge me. Don't think I'm such a bad guy. Like yeah, I was a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? But I was also traumatized, and I had post-traumatic stress disorder, and I was beat up for complaining about my life in front of someone that's been through worse than me too, and they smashed me out. And then I realized, oh, well, they were right, but I didn't want to get smashed out. But they were actually, yeah, they were right. I didn't do 10 years in the pen. I can't go around talking like I'm a gangster, big, because to these guys, that's like, I did everything that these guys did that would have landed me in the pen. I just didn't get caught. But doing that 10 years in the pen makes you a lot harder than you were before you went in there and did the 10 years, if you can survive the 10 years. So that's where he's coming from. He's looking at me like, what? What? You're 3 months? Smash! What? You're 3 months in jail? Okay, that's where I come from. That's the way life is where I come from. If you don't live there and you think that's wrong, that's because you grew up in the suburbs. You didn't even grow up in the hood. You don't know what the hood is. You don't know what